You are watching my favorite YouTube channel now. You're watching Black Comic Lords. This is the writer Jeffrey Thorne on X-Force. In the middle of this interview, which is 3 hours, you can check it out. This question comes in the live chat.
So I can't say anything.
Yeah, I agree with that comment.
And the comment reads, a big issue is that there are plenty black mutants, but oftentimes, unfortunately, they don't become prevalent.
All I can tell you is there has been a lot of conversation backstage between all of the X-writers about that.
Really?
And I did not start that conversation. There's a lot of
who started that conversation? It was me trolling Marvel every day on Twitter.
Okay. This began, as Paul is about to say, you can watch his interview to hear him explain where he's going to go with it. There was a cover, a wraparound cover for X-Men 700. Look at that. It's right in my hands. That was released online. This was promoting what was, and there was a selection process by the artist Pepe Larraz of who makes the cover. Of course, we were going to have Professor X and Magneto. They're pretty smart. We'd had Storm there. But if you notice, as we go through, the skin tone of everybody featured is light, it's bright, it's white, or they're crocodiles. There's a lot of Caucasian people here. Even the silver ones and the blue ones are white people. That became some sort of a problem for people online. I did a whole 20 minutes on it. I don't think that way. I think that Pepe Larraz was just choosing who deserves to be on the page, and he wasn't gonna add any diversity hires, or he wasn't gonna select. Oh, I don't want to do racism. Let me get someone in here with and in his decision process, race and diversity was never a part of it, which is great because it shows me that when you're not doing the pander, it shows me just how relevant all of your characters are, where they rank. He was like, okay, I'm trying to do from the Krakoan era. I'm trying to do from that era. And I'm going to put all these characters on the page. At no time is he thinking race. But you know who is on the page? You see right there? You see that Storm woman, Aurora Monroe? You see how undeniable she was without any thought. Look at even how top tier she is. She's on the front page right next to Wolverine. Right next to Beast. Magneto made it. Nightcrawler made it. Storm made it. Iceman made it. Rogue makes it. Storm makes it. Now it's fuzzy. Shouldn't have done that. The character that is Storm was relevant, top tier. Tom Brevoort on his Substack wrote a newsletter and he goes, "There's not viable black men in the X-Men. There's no viable mutants who are men." Okay, what did I tell you? Sync is a character, Everett Ross, who was featured heavily in the last era and is not anymore. But you know who is? Temper. So the problem that I recognized is they have black characters, plural, they do. But unlike Cyclops and Jean Grey, unlike the common, the heavy like dose that we get of Rogue and Gambit, unlike them, we don't get consistency. So we don't get top tier. We get here attendance. Look, you're here. You're going to be featured for the next 3 years. And then here comes this other writer. Oh, I'm not racist. I'm going to use her. What about me? I want this character. So right now, today, Jed McKay is using the character EO, who is D-list, bottom tier. There are 50 mutants more valuable than her. I've been treated more seriously than her. And he thinks, I'm not doing a racism by featuring her. Bro, no writer grew up on this character. No one's chomping at the bit to use her. And we know her time in the sun is temporary. And it'll be some next character the next time. So the problem that I hope that they're recognizing as they're having these conversations, like Jeffrey Thorne just exposed, that's happening behind the scenes. The problem is that there's no ever character who gets built on. There's the Everett Sync run that we just had. It comes to the ending. Why? Because we don't want to be racist. We want to have more characters. I think the enemy of representation is quantity. No one will ever get hot when you just shuffle. Because Wolverine's not being shuffled. Wolverine's always going to be there and always going to be treated properly. Same with Magneto. Same with every character ever who's a thing. They didn't stop making Peter Parker and say, yeah, this is what we're gonna get him hot. So, is it good news? Yeah, it's good news. It's that someone's thinking or conversations are being had. As Jeffrey Thorne said, he didn't start these conversations. Okay, how Caucasian is the X office? And am I saying that Caucasian people are worse or that they don't understand empowerment? I'm not saying that as a general rule. However, I don't think that the solutions, it's possible that the solutions they come up with will be just as destructive as their solutions have been in the past. Like race swap casting in movies. No one's looking for that representation. No one's looking for race swap castings so that the enemy can go, why does representation have to come at my expense? Where's my white characters? I hate that. I hate that movies get made now. Like a Batman movie will be made. And then a director will go, or an executive somewhere there will go, oh, everyone's white in fucking Batman. Oh, let's change Commissioner Gordon. Not asking for that. No. You can have a black character in the Batman mythos and you can use him, like Morgan Freeman's character Fox. Or go ahead and keep Batman completely white. And I'll remember that. Now spend $200 million on a franchise where Michael B. Jordan is starring in it. There we go. And it doesn't have the KKK in it fighting vampires. That's a precondition. But do that. Because why are we giving the KKK screen time? That's actually what the new vampire movie is about. It's about vampires who are fighting the Klan. I would never have all that money on a budget and feature that group. But whatever. It's hard. No, it's not hard. It's annoying. I say that word too much, but it's head scratching to see people recognize an issue, talk about an issue, and then the solution they come sometimes worsens the issue. Or at least it doesn't do anything long term. Not just race swap casting, I mean even comic book wise. So they're at the office having these talks, they're thinking about it, and that's a great thing. I would hope that I'm gonna tag Tom Brevoort one more time here, because I tagged him for that sync conversation. I've tagged him for some other stuff. I hope that it's not just Paul who's saying that he started this conversation. I'm starting the conversation. I'm getting a conversation going, and that this feedback could be used. But at least there's a conversation happening. Like, wheels are spinning. That's good. That this doesn't always happen. I hope for a good outcome. What if they already have the outcome planned? Huh? What if in what's the most highest selling X-Men book, whether it's Uncanny X-Men or regular X-Men with Jed McKay? What if there's plans in issues 5? Okay, here comes Sync back. Or not Sync, maybe Bishop. Maybe they'll select their king. They'll choose the candidate. Which one are we going hard on? Boom, him. Okay, cool. For the next 5 years, this guy will be in the highest selling X-Men book. And whenever the next regime comes in, we're going to write a little note that says, must use this character because he's fucking black. And we don't do the thing where we just, oh, well, no, we don't need Bishop. We'll just use Frenzy instead. We're still doing a black. Oh, and then the next writer comes in. Okay, instead of Frenzy being used, okay, we're making a team. We can't do all white people because those are the rules. Everyone knows that. Here comes Gentle, for the Wakandan mutant who barely gets any time. Here, we're gonna use him. And then here comes the next writer. Oh, I don't want to be racist. Who's not being used? You know, people would really like me if I used Tempo. There we go, a black mutant in there. No one will ever get hot. That's my slap. It's like, because they think they're these unracist, kind of fighting the good fight, but they're not. Unless they are. Unless they're watching or thinking the thoughts that I'm thinking and realizing the things that I'm realizing. And why didn't no one ever get hot? I don't know. But here comes Deadpool. Well, Deadpool gets featured heavily. Cable. There's a reason why Cable and Deadpool were on this cover. Was Deadpool on this cover? Maybe he wasn't, but I know Cable was. Yeah, Deadpool's right up there. And Cable is standing with the eye right in the middle. I'm Chillmonger. Now I'm not fuzzy no more. Subscribe to me. Check out Black Comic Lord's interview with Jeffrey Thorne.